and Krishna wanted to kill that one.
Yeah.
And that one prayed to Lord Krishna, not kill me, send me to Ramnik Deep. And Ramnik Deep is of Fiji Islands.
Right.
People know our country as Ramnik Deep.
In the book.
It's Ramnik Deep. So it's Ramnik Deep. So, but Lord Krishna connected this god and asked him to go to Ramnik Deep.
Yeah.
So in this Ramnik Deep there is no Gadud here.
There's no what?
Gadud.
What's that?
Gadud is an animal that eats the snake.
Oh, yeah.
So there is no Gadud in the Ramnik Deep. So I'll give you a space there.
Oh, it's safe.
Yeah.
So
We believe that Almighty God, Lord Krishna, connected this god, and this is the place where it got the place here.
Right. Okay. Do you know anything about that?
This is Naga people here in this society.
Yeah.
Right. Because this stone was a very small stone.
Yeah.
Before people used to just put the garland with their hands.
Do you know anything about that?
So one old lady by the name of Abu,
Yeah.
she just noticed this one. And she felt there's something strange in it.
Oh, yeah. In the rock. Yeah.
And she just felt there's something strange.
Yeah.
And she just started to just put some offerings to her. The road was going this way. And one bulldozer operator wanted to bulldoze this rock. He put the blade there, but couldn't.
Có một cái bài lúc nào hai đứa mình phải nghe cái anh chỉ cho một cái bài tức là có lẽ là đi thâu cái băng đến bài thứ 7, thứ 8 rồi. Đó. Thằng này nó hát rồi anh đảm bảo với em là nếu được nghe đêm đông ngồi phòng tốt bao tốt hát phải khóc. Cái năm mà kỹ thuật không phát hiện ra hay là cái nhấn nhá của ngón đàn, anh nhấn nhá mạnh quá hay yếu quá không phát hiện ra. Người ngồi đứng lên ôm hồn khóc hát rung cảm. Nhưng mà mình không phải mất tiền, nó có sẵn tất cả các thứ bộ trang âm các thứ, ai thích chơi gì chơi. Xem nào, năm 7 anh ở Bun về năm 79 thì anh xin một cái giấy căn cước để vào Sài Gòn, anh chưa biết Sài Gòn. Cái gia đình toàn ở trong rồi, ở sẵn trong rồi vì bố dượng của nó là ông Trung cái bạn vào thì gặp nhau thì đi hát chơi thôi. Ở phòng trà mình vào uống trà thì nó có đầy đủ micro đàn các thứ để hát trong phát triển lắm. Toàn hát là đến mức độ những cái người phục vụ này.
Personally, it's my identity. I see it as me revealing myself. I think I would be still making art of some sort, but yeah, you kind of do need an audience now that I think about it. They're a sponge. I think the audience is a sponge. It kind of channels the work you've done. Like, imagine the work being done, and once you've performed it or recorded it, it funnels through that audience and can drift away from your soul in a sense, which makes it just that much more worthwhile.
I'm afraid when the line coming in dream, I'm afraid and I wake up. One rock I see one. Time. I live in now at Kailash. Dreams come and I come here and dig under the ground. The goddess are many more there.
El primero, el castillo, podría ser el poder. El segundo, hay un tesoro, sería la riqueza. Tercero,
विजय मल्ल ठकुरी यस पृथ्वीमा जन्म लिन हुने र जन्म लिँदै गर्नुहुने सम्पूर्ण मानव जातिहरूलाई
all the living and all the things that will come to this earth.
मानव जातिहरू
podría ser la perversión, el mal.
Amazing, surprising stone.
देवको देव महादेव आफ्नो आकारबाट दर्शन हुने विश्व आश्चर्य शिला प्रकट भएको सन्देश दिन पनि विश्व आश्चर्य.
Y el primero
Hay muchas magnéticas, ¿no?
parece la serie. ¿Es una M al revés o una W? W.
Ah.
Cel·la. Poi, 80, 88, cel·la, 89, 103, 103, ja feca, la Montflor, 104, ja feca, 105, Sebastián José, Sebastián.
The voice in them is really ambivalent, they're abstract generally. It's really not clear with each chunk of line who's speaking. It comes out in a way that's useful for certain people, and then finding a place that they can sit in that will allow that energy to be carried out to another person. Yeah, there's an interesting element of it with Instagram in that it's surprisingly, it's not just about making objects and then recording objects. It's actually about making a thing and then writing something about the thing and then using the little hashtags to then sort of give another context. It's got all these layers, and as a separate thing I've been writing a longer poem thinking about the way that places that I've lived, like Wilderlands and Granity, are slowly being destroyed by climate change.
White, watered down acrylic, that's kind of like a tool, that's one method. And when I tip that on the surface of something, it's almost like I'm imagining a flood across the landscape. All the glaciers have just melted, and there's a release of all this ancient water, and the tidal flow's all different, and the surface of the painting becomes this sort of imaginary reenactment of the surface of Gaia. And then there might be a big bucket of sand that falls from the sky. What's that? Hey, I'm imagining that's like an asteroid impacting. And then all that white fluid, there's sort of ripples that happen. Now, I'm really interested in the genuine. You can make something look grungy pretty easy. That's a look. But I'm interested in the genuine. On the surface of my paintings, it's canvas. Quite often I use a really thick base of acrylic, and I feel like the acrylic paint is a medium. It holds the information. So if I press shells in it, or maybe there's like a fragment from around the floor, a button perhaps, or a zip from a pair of jeans, like I kind of draw with physical things, like pretending they were kind of, so the acrylic paint kind of crusts and dries, and it's like dirt. It's like the earth itself. So yeah, sewing's like, instead of making a surface on the top, like, because surface making and image making gets really in your head, and when I sew, I'm piercing the surface. I'm going beneath. I'm putting a sharp point through. I'm actually making it a membrane. So I'm not identifying with the surface in the image anymore. I'm actually treating it as if it's, you know what I mean? There's a front and a back. It's an artifact. Then, it becomes really physical, and I really like pushing through. And quite often I'll rip the surface of these things, just to. You got to kind of pull a painting apart before it can be itself. It's like this notion of deconstruction, like. If you treat it like a piece of animal, like the ancients, they cut up animals and there's a flank, and pig hunters and deer hunters do it here when they go walking in the mountains. So I'm trying to emulate, like this ancient ritual of sort of creating a body. I've sort of gone into my unconscious and sort of made a skin. I call these process skins. So they're actually just remnants of this sort of more visceral process of self-archaeology, layering, Yeah, well that's the problem of art. You're performing all the time, and then you're trying to undo the performer to get into a personal, deep process that isn't self-conscious. So I'm always fighting the self-consciousness.
Đây. Chụp mà. Không chụp cái này, không có phần quá.
Chụp cái đàn bò kia kìa chú cả. Đấy, chụp bò đi.
Đã không chụp.
Không chụp mà chỉ có chụp cái bẩn đấy hả? Này, trong đó có cả ông ấy.
I want to take both the cow and the this one. It's quite hot. Maybe lower. That's the side of the warmer of the farmer here. That's the dye to keep the land.
But still, we still believe that queer artists should be something that is as free as possible. In all of the how flamboyant they are, something that extravagant they are, it doesn't need to be something that is authentic, that something needs to be expensive or something too luxurious, but it's just like how they flaunt it, how they express it, and how they create their forms of expressions. And it's fun in itself that it is also how they do lip sync, they mimic the performance of the others, and in a way they add lots of levels into it. Right from the first place, it's not just about like the mainstream media, but it's also about creating a space for film screening and a space for queer representation. And it's...
I need to have solitude. Other people can do it in front of other. I don't know. Like going into a closet, closing the door, and honing in on those thoughts or those images that you had in your head previously. Some of it was stolen from dictionaries or various textbooks we might find. A cut up method. So you'd take a few paragraphs from a textbook or a magazine and just find certain lines from it and match them up, basically. And what does art mean to me? Well, it's more of a, I don't know, it's just something that we do or can do, I guess, or an urge, if you like, inside. Yeah, kind of like an itch that needs to be scratched in some ways. I was in Sydney, Auckland. Jason was an alter ego of mine. Yeah, I remember living in King's Cross, and I just imagine a guy who's, I don't know, a crazy guy who didn't like his mince pie and threw it into the gutter. And, you know, like a real sad case, like even the birds in the trees whisper, "Get fucked." I think that originates back from when I was writing as young as like 12, 14 years old. I'd make stories up of some sort of alter ego. I remember there was one, Sam Sampson jumps into a swimming pool with no water in it. It's not something you go around telling people, and I'm surprised that I'm even telling you in this interview. because it's kind of almost a mental illness of my own in some ways, but at the same time a medication, and that's creative. It's just capturing that. I mean, I think everybody does that, but not everybody writes it down or documents it in any type of media. You know, whether it be film, music, writing, whatever. Yeah.
So the snake place is in a place called the Nag Mandir. Yes, we have people from all over the world visiting this place. Apparently, 10 kilometers from Lambasa town, and it's tassiled all the way.
Yeah.
And it's just right by the road. You can't miss it.
And what's there then? So there's that big rock.
There's a rock that's been growing for years, and it's worshipped, and it's believed to be the incarnation of a snake.
Yeah.
And it attracts people from everywhere, even those that reside in Lambasa when they drive past, especially those of the Hindu.
So this is the view from there.
Oh yeah. And whereabouts is that?
That's see the driveway. It's very high tech.
Oh wow.
This is the step which goes to the temple.
Oh yeah. Oh.
This is the place where people live.
Yeah.
This is a village type. This is the entrance.
Oh yeah. Is it on the Google Maps or something?
Oh, I have no idea about that. I wish there is a picture. Oh, this one accidented there. The vehicle tumbled from here.
Oh wow, gosh.
See this inside there?
That's inside. Oh.
From Nambowalu, and then you'll cross the main island called Vitilevu. This is where I'm originally from. It's a place called Nreketi.
Oh, really?
This is where the deepest river in Fiji is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right, and then from Natovi, you're gonna cross Bly Waters. Cross the Bly Waters.
Oh yeah.
The waters is named after one of those that discovered Fiji at the time, Captain William Bly.
Wasn't he like the bounty? Wasn't he a mutineer?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
did he discover it?
I don't know whether he was the millionaire. I forgot my history. I forgot my history.
It's a Grimit time. When olden time, when India, people came here, they used to pray here in this stone.
Oh, on that stone there.
Yeah. When Europeans, they were walking under them, then they were praying here.
Oh, the Denge. You mean the Denge?
Yeah, what's that? Yeah.
There was
What's it called?
apparently a Fijian spirit god called Denge. Denge, but it's not directly related to this.
Oh, but
Yeah.
but it is still. And what's the story of that one?
Denge. There's also in Lambasa called the Three Sisters.
Really?
A mountain. It's somewhere in. But eventually you'll go up into the mountains, where you will find the Three Sisters. But at the Three Sisters,
Yeah, carry on.
it's three mountains. Three mountains together. And they're called the Three Sisters, and apparently there is, legend that is the home of spirit gods and snakes. Yeah.
Oh, so what's the?
Well, the legend of Denge is such that he came into Fiji to settle Fiji, and he was a snake. He was with a diamond on his head. Yeah.
Sisters somewhere in the mountains. Is that in between?
Okay, this is Ndelekoro, This is the highest peak. Where the tower is that connects the communications between Vanuatu and Vitilevu. It's called Ndelekoro.
It's a big antenna up there.
Yeah. And this is the highest peak in Vanuatu, Ndelekoro. And there's a village near there. This is just an example of the caves.
Yeah.
There's a village near there where they have a cave.
Yeah.
And when you're in the cave, it's full of skeletons and skulls and
really, you see them?
Yeah, I've seen them. I've actually Viringilai. It's in a place called Viringilai here, this village.
I have to write all these names down.
Yeah, Viringilai. Yeah. And at Viringilai there's a cave, and it's full of bones and skeletons and stuff.
people from our village.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking.
But then at the village, you'd need to walk about an hour or two to get to the cave. You'd need a guide to take you there to the cave. And at the cave, it's full of bones and stuff. I can send you my articles on it.
Yeah.
But those people, they died of measles. Back in the 1940s, about 40,000 people died in Fiji from a measles, from a measles outbreak. Yeah, so measles wiped out a lot of the villages.
Really?
And that's why we had this big measles immunization campaign.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why when it happened again, the outbreak, it didn't affect us so much because we've been
It did scare people.
Yeah, it did scare. But yeah, a lot of people died from measles,
So that's why she ran away.
Yes, we have a talk with the mayor.
Yeah.
And yes, to call the police.
Oh, he's real dangerous.
And in here, it's too bad, like maybe in our culture,
Yeah.
to see the police around
Yeah.
or to come and trying to take somebody. You know, the police, they came as a law to solve things.
To
And
what?
even, you know, to solve the problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they see in the different way in the community.
Yeah.
Everybody, the man, the woman.
Yeah.
And the police came and take the man and, you know, to stay in jail.
Oh, blimey.
Trying to advise him, to teach him, you know.
Yeah.
Because he never listened to the parents, to anybody in the community. He do whatever he did.
Yeah.
That's how come the wife endured, you know, face problems.
Blimey,
While
that's terrible.
in the inside there,
Yeah.
everybody problem in the community, happy, what else? And when the boy was
Chào đón, chào đón, chào đón, chào đón, chào đón, 5 million Switch the trip first. Lepsula. Cannot tell
Так вот, с первой
entire Catholic cathedral. The next panel includes Buddhist statues shattered by violence from China. Trees and markets, pagodas, offices and universities all were emptied. This city became a ghost town. Before the Khmer Rouge victory, in the final days of the Lono regime, below the broken Buddhas are Cham people. This ethnic minority with Muslim beliefs was specifically targeted. At the top of the panel is an empty movie theater, still filled with chairs, the most modern in the city. It even boasted an escalator. The arts were banned as decadent unless they glorified the revolution. Even the economic battles raged on the outskirts of the city, and many buildings were damaged. But some places were destroyed on purpose, as you can see at the top right in this panel. This ruined building was once the National Bank. The Khmer Rouge abolished money and blew it up. Education, he named more than 60 people as part of a subversive network of the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, an organization he had never heard of. But when an interrogator discovered he could fix a typewriter, he was separated from the regular prisoners. His skills as a mechanic saved him.
Masonic thought crimes, caves of the serpent, skulls in their minds, unlodged in Lavuka, unhinged, you could say, the secret door hanging in flames by the way. Burnt lodge of Lavuka, your hidden crimes low, caught on the skyline in their fire's glow. Cockroach Cathedral, drinking their blood, bread of the eternal brotherhood. Thought Crime Cathedral, burnt to the ground, dislodged in Lavuka, the old capital. Unlodged in Lavuka, somewhere beyond, rainbow of ashcloth, the infernal brotherhood. Stuck in the ruins, lodged in belief, beyond comprehension, the island of chiefs. Controlling the weather, bringing the storms, digging the tunnels for the serpents to rise. Up from the center, out to the rim, the skulls and their sockets with serpents within. Teeth grinning wildly, dislodged in Lavuka, the island of lies. I just never want to. My mother-in-law, Dad used to tell me, oh, what she used to say. She used to cut when they come up, they would have their pigs, that is the sacrifice once a year, or once a year is the ceremony.